Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 26 of Europa Universalis IV as Barat. Now in between this video and the previous video, Paradox have updated the game to version 1.17, so it's not an expansion or DLC this time, it's a little bit early even for that, but it was a major patch. Luckily, I did manage to get the old save game to load, even though it said it was incompatible, and hopefully we're not going to have any issues with it. There's quite a lot of changes. I'm not going to go through them all, but I'm just going to mention the major changes, because they all are to do with diplomacy. So, the first thing, remember when they added Mare Nostrum, and they added all of these cool actions that you could do, all of these covert actions like supporting rebels and stealing maps and sabotaging reputation and infiltrating administration, all of that really cool stuff that you could only do if you picked up the espionage idea group. Well, all of that has changed because now you don't need the espionage idea group to do all of these things. They're just unlocked by having the appropriate level of Diplotech. So as you can see, if we look here, supporting rebels we could already do if we had a spy network of 60. Stealing maps we could already do. Sow Discontent requires Diplotech 18, Sabotage Rep requires Diplotech 21, Infiltrate Administration requires Diplotech 27, as does Agitate for Liberty, Sabotage Recruitment requires Diplotech 15, Slander Merchants requires Diplotech 12, and Corrupt Officials requires Diplotech 24. So no longer do you have to bother taking the Espionage idea group if you want to be able to use all of these things, which is really, really cool. That also means, of course, they have now made a change to the espionage idea group. Instead of the espionage idea group actually unlocking those things like it did before, it actually just goes back to being sort of mostly passive benefits and things like that, so not all that useful. But that is a nice change. Now, the second major change that they've made is actually to do with the way spy networks work. So the most common thing you use a spy network for is fabricating claims, which in Mare Nostrum, you had to have a spy network size of 10 to fabricate a claim, and each claim cost 10 spy network points. Well, they've now bumped that up from 10 to 20, so you need a spy network size of at least 20 to fabricate a claim. In addition to that, every additional claim you make against a nation costs an extra 25% more in spy network power cost. So the more claims you make against a nation, the more expensive each claim is going to be. And I understand why they've done that. It was so easy, if you had enough borders with a nation, to just suddenly get 10 claims instantly and then go to war with them. So you're now a little bit limited in the number of claims that you can get against a nation at any one time. Now, in order to counter that and balance it out a bit, they've also changed the length of time that spies get locked out when they're detected. So, as it worked previously, if you were caught spying on another nation and your spy was kicked out, you couldn't go back and spy on them for another 5 years. You could use any spy network points you'd already accumulated to perform espionage actions, but you couldn't send the spy back for 5 years. They've now reduced that down to just 3 months. So that's a pretty big change. Apart from that, most of it's just been little minor balance changes and AI tweaks. I did notice now, apparently if you disband ships, it will now refund the sailors back to the sailor pool. They haven't done it with manpower, so you can't disband regiments and get manpower back, but you can get sailors back. And they've also added this handy little flag that shows you all of the different territories that you can turn into states. Now, because that's going to be quite an important thing for us later on anyway, I've actually gone and made a few changes to my buttons here. So I've gone and added the states and territories map over to the sort of hotkeys here. So as you can see, we've got a territory over here, but we only own 1 province out of the 5, so it's little point making that into a state. Also, we've got a territory here in Desh, but we don't own these 2. We will, of course, once we manage to integrate our vassal here, which is going to happen. The only one that's probably worth doing is this one here. This is Orissa, and there's actually 3 provinces here that are all part of Orissa, and we own them all. So this is definitely one that we do want to make into a state, and it'll increase our income from 0.49 to 2.14. So that's definitely worth doing. And we want to core them all if we can. It's saying no provinces can be cored, which is quite strange. It's actually showing that it is a full core. Do we have full cores on everything? We've got permanent claims on everything. Strange that that became a full core and I didn't have to pay for it. That was unusual. Oh, well, I'm not going to complain about that. That's fine. So, I'm glad that I've now managed to take a bit of a bite out of Jean-Paul. What I'd like to do with them is go to war with them again at some point. It's probably going to cost 2 wars. The first war would be to take a few more of the neighbouring provinces and give them to Jharkhand, just to make Jampur a bit smaller. And then in the second war, which I suppose it would technically be the third war, as we've already had one directly against them. But in the subsequent war, we would hopefully be able to vassalise them. So we'll go and see how that works. Poor Iron, great. So we've been informed that a diplomat from Jampur has been discovered building a spy network. So someone from Jampur is building a spy network with us, but we will. They will be able to come back in within 3 months. So we need to start having a look around for who else we could potentially attack. We are going to need to go to war with Malwa at some point. We'd also like to take a little bit more from Nagaur. We don't have a. Now, they're allied with Afghanistan. That can be a little bit of a problem. We're also losing money. Why are we losing money? Are we still reinforcing? Yeah, we're still reinforcing, so that's why we're losing money. That's fine, then. I guess we could go in for the time being. Let's just go up to speed 3 while we don't actually have any wars going on at the moment. We don't really have a lot of rebel problems. Let's go and put the army maintenance down a little bit, and hopefully we'll get some more money coming in. We can apparently take an idea. We've got 2 ideas we could take. We could take economic ideas, which would reduce our interest per annum. I thought we already took that one. And we could finish off trade ideas. Now then, let's see what we've got here. Malwa's opinion of us is reduced by -30. Or we lose 20 dip power, or there's a 50% chance to add... Yeah, we'll just give them that. I don't care if they build a bit more spy network. So let's just have a look at our tech. We are behind in admin and behind in Diplo. We're more behind in Diplo than we are in admin. So I am tempted to go and take this. I thought we had the... it was inflation reduction that we took. So reduced interest per annum will be good. I mean, some of these things are definitely better than others, but I think we will go ahead and take that one for the time being. We can almost afford the next one, actually. So that'll reduce our interest per annum. We don't really have loans at the moment anyway. We are about to get another diplomat, although I'm not really using them all to the fullest. So what about Sindh? Sindh is allied with Malwa and Yarkand. Now, it's a shame that you guys are actually allied with Afghanistan. Jampur I can deal with. Afghanistan's a little bit of a pain. The good thing is, because we have these permanent claims everywhere, we can basically declare war on whoever we want. We don't really have to worry all that much. Delhi over here, you are allied with Multan, so you're not really all that useful. What about if we were to declare war on some of these? You're allied with Bengal. Now, Bengal is over here. If we were to declare war directly on Bengal, they would bring in Malwa and Tirhut and Mongyang. But if we were to declare war on these guys, that will potentially just bring in Bengal. And Bengal do have some provinces that we could take and give to our vassals. We've got 3 provinces right here, including their capital. And then we'd be cutting off Jampur a little bit more. Now, it looks like these guys are already in a war at the moment. They are in a war with Arakan. Now then, Arakan is where? Arakan's that little province down there. Right, okay, fair enough. So, we can declare war on you guys if we want to. There's no reason why not. Bengal, how big is your army? That's what I want to know. Let's have a look at military. Armies. Bengal, how are you doing? You have 15,000 men. How many men do I have currently? More than 15,000. We could probably handle these. I mean, we are still reinforcing. Let's go ahead and untick that for a moment. I am considering this, so let me just go and put up my army maintenance just to make sure that we can deal with this. So, oh, we've got another stack there as well. I'd missed that stack. Let's go ahead and, oh, lose some corruption. Very nice. Let's go ahead and put one of the leaders on here. Which leader do you have? You have the 2131. So if we go and give you the 2131. There we go. Guilds, modifiers and things. What have we got here? Estates gaining influence. I haven't had a look at the estates for a little while. Is there anything that we can do with them specifically? That's the wrong screen. We want this one. You could try and take something from them, gain some free admin points at the cost of 20 loyalty. We'd lose some of the tax modifier, which would be a little bit of a problem, but we are working on an admin idea group and we are behind. Let's do it. They are going to be disloyal for a little while. Although I can go ahead and give them some money and get them back up. So we've just basically paid money for admin points. I don't mind doing that. So that's good. That's given us a little bit more admin power. What we could do now is we could save up until we actually have enough to get the next tech. Or we could go and get the monthly autonomy reduction. But I think we might wait a little bit and try and keep up in tech. Next idea group is probably going to be quantity ideas, because we always seem to be short on manpower. That's definitely one of the biggest problems that we've got going on at the moment. We must have been caught fabricating on Jaipur, because we are no longer there, but we can go back and carry on building a spy network with them again. Can we not do anything against them? What is our spy network? Currently at size 20 out of a maximum of 100. We need to try and build that up again a little bit more without getting caught. They are my rivals, so... Oh, I've noticed this other thing has just popped up as well. There's actually now a gender icon for the ruler in the air. So you can see whether your ruler is male or female. That's something that's new. I hadn't noticed that before. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so... Yeah, these guys are actually getting their arses handed to them. So I think now might be a good time to actually go in and do something. We're nearly fully reinforced as well, and we do want to go to war with these guys, and that would bring in Bengal. At least I think it would. So, do we have a CB against you that we can use? Yes, we do. Bengal would come in. We don't want to bring Malware in. We don't really need to. We'll save up our favours with them. So let's go ahead and confirm. You guys are going to go and march straight in over there. Hopefully you can sort them out. And we will move in with you guys straight onto the capital. You guys are going to move in and try and siege out these provinces at the back. Hopefully we can get these. Are you honestly trying to get away from me? I don't think that's going to happen. They've got a 16 stack there that they're now moving out with. Once we've managed to grab this siege over here, which looks like that'll happen quite quickly, we'll then move in and be in a position to try and beat off those guys there. I could have phrased that so much better. They've got one heavy. I don't think one heavy is going to be much of a contest against even 40 lights, so we might lose some ships, but I don't think that'll be a problem. We've also got our vassal here helping out with some of these sieges as well. Let's just go and split and... Okay, well, we can go and grab that one. I'm just trying to make sure that I land these provinces before Arakan managed to take them, and then I can't get them, because that'll be a little bit unfortunate. Military leader has died, which was the guy up here that was helping with this siege. Let's go ahead and just send a regiment down so that we can go and pick up a new leader. We do need to start getting rid of some of these mercenaries as well. I might not want to siege this province out, because if I do, we will force this navy out. Although it's only 1 heavy and 8 transport, so we can probably deal with that quite easily. And so we are managing to siege these provinces. That has been sieged for Jharkhand, which is fine, because I'd want to give it to Jharkhand anyway. Truce with Nepal has ended. That is fine. Now, I sent you here so we could get you a new leader. And we have ourselves a 222, no siege. It's a little bit unfortunate, but it's better than nothing. So you go back over there and join up again. We've already got a 14% chance of grabbing this one, so that is quite nice. So what I'm probably looking to do is maybe take the Bengal Delta for myself, because why not? It is coastal province. It is also an estuary. It's an important centre of trade. So we'll be definitely grabbing that for ourselves. We might even grab Sundarbans. And then probably Lucknow, Damin, and maybe Gouda itself we will try and give to Jharkhand, I think. We'll probably take these guys as well and give these guys directly to Jharkhand, so that's not a problem. I guess we'll just sit in our own territory at the moment because we can't really go anywhere. We do know that they have a rather large force down here, but again, we can't really do anything with that. So we'll just sort of sit on the borders in case we get attacked and we've got a way to defend ourselves, so that's okay. Make a decent amount of money now. We are fully reinforced, even though we're taking a little bit of attrition here. I could reduce this stack down in an effort to reduce the amount of attrition that I'm getting. But if those guys do decide to come and attack me, I want to make sure that I've got a pretty big stack. As you can see, they have an 18 stack right next door to us. So what I might actually do is bring these guys over here into this province, and then we can sort of jump on them as soon as this siege goes through. Although they may actually try and jump on us. No, they're actually moving back the other direction. That's fine. I don't mind that too much at all. Do we want to get any buildings? Let's just have a look very quickly. See if there's anything worth getting anywhere. Do we want to get ourselves some more barracks to try and get some more manpower? There isn't anywhere that gives it. Well, that gives us 750, so that one's definitely worth getting one right there. Did that actually queue one up? Ah, that's because it's a province that we occupy but we don't own. Okay, well, we'll own it soon enough. Most of them aren't really worth anything. What about markets? Anything that we are missing that would give us some decent extra trade power? There's a couple of provinces that aren't too bad. Let's not forget the inland ones. Just spent quite a lot of money there, but I think that's fine. I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about reinforcing on this particular war. Of course, that might change if we... they're actually moving in and out with their ships there, but my trade fleet is still around. I don't have any heavies myself, so I do have to be a little bit careful what I do there. They're moving their army all the way down here because Arakan have another province, so we'll just allow them to get on with that. Hopefully this is going to fall. Ah, that war's now actually ended with the look of things. Okay, so there is one siege over. So let's start moving in and I guess what makes the most sense is to just start sieging out their forts, really. You guys honestly can't get in there? I was going to say, what's stopping you? We do these forts still are in the way a little bit, so that is going to cause some problems. Now, that's actually wasteland, that particular province right there. So, we've got this one. Are you going to... Oh, it's auto-save. Damn you, auto-save. So, you guys... Oh, they're not my army. That's my army. You get in there and take that one. Shouldn't be too difficult to sort this out. Now then, I don't suppose you guys can get up there, can you? No. So, you just go back to our own territory. We'll just... stop taking massive amounts of attrition where we don't need to. You're going to sit there on top of my 15k stack and give me even more attrition. That's very gallant of you. We can't move anywhere else until we've actually managed to grab that fort anyway. Do we want to lose a load of money and gain some corruption, or do we want to lose the stability? Well, I think we'll just lose the money. So that's forced out their navy. They do have a heavy, which is a little bit of a problem, but we might be able to defeat that ship, although he's getting some pretty amazing rolls. We lost a light, they lost nothing. That was unfortunate. Now then, I think their army went down... Yeah, their army's actually down here, and they're black flagged. They've not even tried to move them back, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that, but if the AI wants to be done, the AI can be done, I don't mind. I would like to replace that light ship now, if I can, because that was a little bit annoying. Guess it doesn't really matter where we build, just somewhere that's going to be relatively quick. So we'll get that light rebuilt. Could have just added it directly to the fleet, would have been fine. So, again, we'll just try and siege out as much of this stuff as possible. I'm not going to be able to take a lot from them because they aren't co-belligerized, so we do have to pick and choose what we take. Royal marriage with Malwa has ended. I might not renew that because we are going to have to go to war with Malwa at some point. So I definitely want to try and take these two provinces, and I think these three provinces, if we can, I'd like to try and turn these three provinces over to... that's like completely the wrong button. Want to turn these ones over to Jarkhand. They haven't turned them back over to me, which is good. Royal marriage offer from Malwa. Do I really want to do that? See, Malwa's quite weak most of the time. I know they have been my ally in things, but I'm about to become a lot stronger, and I don't really think I need Malwa. Maybe I'll keep Malwa around just long enough to sort out Jainpur, and then we'll leave Malwa till last. They have been a good ally so far. They've been cannon fodder. They've not been particularly great in wars. Ah, okay, now it looks like they're actually coming back with their army. Now, they're still black flagged at the moment, but it looks like they are about to move into this province. In fact, they are. Now, can we move it? We must be able to move in there because they have open access. But they've got... they've actually got... What have we got here? Everywhere's jungle. So we are going to have to take them in jungle. They have 1 maneuver. We have 3 maneuver. We don't have to worry about any river crossing penalties. Let's just start moving up with this stack just in case we need to jump in there and help reinforce. I don't think we do because Jarkan's going to jump in anyway. So let us go in and just try and grab some more of these provinces. Let's go and have a look and see what we'd need to get a peace deal from them anyway. So what we'd like to do is we'd like both of these provinces. See, that's already 69%. Yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to take all of those. What about we definitely want this one because it actually gives us a coastal centre of trade. If we want to take those two as well and give them to our vassal, 94%. So I think that's probably what we are going to have to do. So we'll have to do a fair bit more damage to them if we want to take that. That should be fine. Okay, I hope you get the stack wipe there because they have had a slight bit of extra morale. I might go over there and actually engage and try and help. We've now got most of their provinces, so they're running out of places to retreat to. Don't forget this one here is actually wasteland. It's just because of that patch that it had in, I think it was the Cossacks, where wasteland actually becomes the right colour now. So that should get their army stack wiped. And indeed it did, and then we should have 100% occupation. Ships did take some more damage, but we may well have sunk their navy actually. So we're about to get 100% occupation on these guys. In fact, they may already be willing to peace out. No, they're still not actually. I've only got 83% war score against them. That's fine. We'll carry on and we'll get full occupation. In the meantime, we'll bring all of our armies back because we don't want to take attrition where we don't need it. So I don't think they have any more land because all of this stuff over here belongs to Myongyang. We can't siege out the wasteland, so sue for peace yet 100% they have to accept. They might have some money that we can take, and we don't have any allies in the war, so that all goes to us. So those are the provinces that we're going to be taking. Can't get any more from them, so we'll send our demands there. That's fantastic. That only gives us 1 province to core, so let's go ahead and start work on that one. And then, of course, we've got these guys here who we're also going to give to our vassal. So we will flip your occupation over to Jarkand. And we will... can't sue for peace because still waiting for the diplomats to come back. So we'll sue for peace. You're going to go over to Jarkand and we'll take all the money you have and send demands. And the nation of Bharat is becoming a little bit larger. Our corruption is growing. Hopefully we can get rid of that. Let's start bringing our guys back to our own territory instead of sitting with them in Jarkand's. That should help us out. Did we actually get that ship built? Yes, we did. So, well, we can't merge it up with there. We need to send you on a mission to protect trade in... Where were we protecting trade, actually? Where are these guys protecting trade? You are doing what? You're protecting trade in Bengal, so we'll send them all together. Where's that one on its own? So, protect trade in Bengal. And we'll probably be able to build... Let's see, can we get the barracks there? You see, the barracks isn't worth nearly as much as it is, or it was to them. What about then a marketplace? Because it is a coastal centre of trade. Can't do anything until it's finished coring anyway. So we've got a lot of places where we can... Actually, we've only got 4 territories that we could turn into states, but I don't think we need to. Either way, we have ended a war there, which I am quite pleased about. So I think that is a very good place to end the video. When we come back next time, we'll see if we can find somebody else to pick on. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as Bharat. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.